Darnell, you're coming off of a really big drive with your offense to get it within one. Then the defense gives up. It's almost a back-breaking drive. How are you all feeling mentally?
We just gotta be able to lean on each other for those that are down, and for the people that are mentally tough in the locker room, just gotta pick up the ones that are down. So, it was a tough loss. Able to win that game, and we didn't come out with a dub, so it definitely hurts.
What was your point of view on the 4th-and-1 run? You obviously got the block there at the end, but did you think he was dead to rights?
I didn't know he was scrambling at all. I just happened to hear screaming, and I looked back and seen him scrambling, and I didn't think he was gonna break the tackle. It was like one person he had to miss, and he hit the hay, and then I just had to pick up my block.
Did you watch the replay on the scoreboard?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of it when you saw the whole thing?
I was like, yeah. I told him, I was like, yeah, you went nuts on that play. It was crazy. We just went back to Pee Wee days on that one.
How would you evaluate Justin Fields' performance today from your perspective as a receiver?
Played good. Played really good. He gave me great balls that I could catch, and like I said, he played good. Played really good.
Colonel, how much did you notice Matt Nagy's absence in a game like this or on a day like today?
Definitely. His vocalness and just being able to pick up everybody like when energy-wise, and he's definitely was missed today for sure.
Darnell, that last pass, like literally just recently, do you feel you could have came down with that one?
I tried. I was trying to make sure I was the only person that came down with the ball. Got hit on the hand a little bit, and yeah, I tried to get that one though.
I don't know, how do you guys process this loss? Obviously, offensively, you did a little bit better today.
Yeah. We just have to, we got 24 hours to, just to look at the film and soak it in. And we got a Monday Night Football next week, and we just got to be able to come back. We can't do nothing about that loss. Can't go back in the past, so just got to move forward.
In the course of a game, just curious, do you interact with the head coach in a game, or is in general, is that not something you do, or is that something you
Yeah, well, you talking about Coach Nagy was?
I'm sorry?
Talking about Coach Nagy was?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he'll come and ask us, like, is there anything that we see, anything that we like, anything that he isn't seeing, and we'll bring it to him, or anything that the other team is saying that we could pick up on, and relay it to him, and he relay it upstairs. So.
Did you get to do any of that with Tabor, or is that just not a factor with him not being the?
You say with Tabor?
With Tabor, yeah.
No, not so much. He's a special teams guy. He was energizing, but like bringing something to Bill, it wasn't the same thing. Yeah.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks, Larry Ford is headed to the secondary voting.
All right, first thing I'll start off with just the injuries, updates on injuries. Four had a hamstring, did not return. 8 had a knee, did not return. 81, Holtze, is in the concussion protocol. And then obviously 24, Herbs returned to the game. So that's all I have on the injuries at this time. Obviously, it was a game of two halves. You know, I thought that we played good football there in the first half, and we're doing the things that we wanted to do. But in the second half, you know, didn't get off the field when we needed to get off the field. And then, you know, you got to score more touchdowns than you do field goals. So that was kind of the deal. We got to regroup. We're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. No one is. But, you know, we're at the halfway point of the season. It's not the end of the season. It's the halfway point. There's still a lot of football. And we'll stay the course and go and get better. Questions?
The 4th and 1 on Justin's touchdown run, did you know going into that third down that you were going to go for it?
I did. I knew if it was the right down and distance, we were going to go for it. Yes.
And then from your point of view, walk us through what you saw with Justin going right, getting stopped, and doubling back. And
Good football player. I think number one, improved today. I thought you saw he made plays with his legs. He led our team. I thought he threw the ball well. He gave us a chance, and obviously he's a special player. I mean, he made nothing into something and got us going there. So real pleased with him, and that's the story of a rookie quarterback. You saw a guy get better, so I'm excited about that.
Chris, operationally, what was different for you today? How did you balance the things you had to do as a head coach with what you always have to do as a special team coordinator?
My assistant took a major role in the special teams area, and I was still involved, and we're still on the same channel. And then just always trying to be 4 or 5 plays ahead during the game. And then I knew that once you got into the game and the flow of the game, it would lead you to answers maybe that you want to do. Do you want to go for it here, or just go ahead and take your points here, and those type of things. So, you know, I didn't find it hard.
Chris, just in general, how uncomfortable or comfortable were you in the acting head coach role?
I was extremely comfortable, and you know, it's at the end of the day, we're football coaches, and you know, leading men to do something and get something accomplished. And you know, in the special teams world, I have a team meeting each and every day. So leading players, that's what a special teams coordinator is supposed to do. This just happened that you picked up the offense and the defense with it, and you know, that's the part of it.
Did you coach this game as if Matt were the head coach in Matt's vision, or did you put your own spin on things as a head coach?
No, Coach and I talked a lot, obviously throughout the week, but he said, you know, put your spin on it and you'll know what to do. You'll have the feel of the game, because I will say this. I mean, there's analytics, and you do listen to analytics and those type of things, but at the end of the day, there's a gut feeling. I mean, you're going down a river, and you have to figure out, hey, are we going to go right, or are we going to go left? And there's a lot of things that go into that you can't come up with the answer on Wednesday or Thursday. So, you know, I thought we played the flow of the game, and you know, like I say, at the end of the day, it was a tale of two halves.
you talked to Matt this morning, last night. What was his message to you, and how was he best?
We relayed Coach's message all throughout the week. I mean, Coach was in all the meetings. I mean, Coach. Obviously the difference thing was he just wasn't there in person, but he was in the meetings. And I visited with Coach last night. I visited with him this morning, and I'm disappointed that we didn't get the win for him, and that hurts.
Did you feel like the defense sort of wore down there in the end? They were barely on the field the first half, but they were running the ball right through them.
No, we didn't get the stops that we needed to, and there's no doubt about that. I think what did they score 7 straight times or something like that? So you can't argue that fact. But there's in that room, I'm still going to jump in a foxhole with all those guys, and we're going to work to get better. And I know that's big coach speak, but that's we're a team, we're a family, and we're hurting right now. But we got to bounce back.
How deflating was that 83-yard catch and run by Samuel?
On the screenplay right there, yeah, no, that hurt. That did. That was a great play by them. You get them in 3rd and 20, and you know you always think that you're going to get off the field and set yourself up possibly for a short field situation. It didn't happen, but you know we got back and tied it, and then unfortunately missed the extra point there. But we just got to keep moving.
Coach, in the third quarter, with about 6 minutes left, right before Jimmy ran for a 2-yard touchdown or whatever it was, it seemed like you guys played with 10 men on the field defensively. Did you see that, and what was the communication breakdown?
We did have 10 there on, and at that time, I knew it was going to be a tight ball game. In the second half, those timeouts are gold bricks to me, and sometimes you got to weigh where they're at on the field and roll the dice, and I elected to roll the dice.
Did you consider going for 2 after Fields' touchdown?
I did not. We were going to go ahead and tie it up right there.
Coach, could you describe what's the situation with the offensive line? Where are they at right now? And what's the future for the offensive line?
I thought they played, I thought they did a nice job. We ran the ball there. I know that when we lost, Herbs and we lost Damian, those were 2 tough losses in the backfield right there. But the thing that I was proud about those guys, and I think it really showed more so in the first half, is we would have a positive play, and if we had a negative play, we regrouped and we went on to the next one and just kept kind of chopping wood. And I was real pleased with that. And I think that's why we played well in the first half. In the second half, we just didn't, we didn't overcome the things that we needed to.
Carroll's obviously been so good for you. What happened on the missed extra point and then?
It was wide right, correct? Because I can't tell from my vantage point. Wind right there, and when you got the ball up in the air, I didn't know if it was going to actually, this is going to sound crazy, too high to where it gets up a little bit more in the jet stream there. And, that's disappointing. Do I think he's still going to make kicks? He is. What is he now, 51? Is that what he is on extra points? I think I'll stick with him.
On the heels of the big play that Justin made, though, did that feel like the momentum kind of shifted back?
I didn't think so. At the end of the day, what we said in the huddle, guys, we're going to have a field goal to win it. So whether the game was tied or you're down 1, we're still going to need another kick. And that's football right there. So, he needs to make that. But at the same time, we were going to have to make another play in order to win the football game.
Looking back, is there anything that stands out to you that you wish you would have done differently in this game?
No, at the end of the day, you always want to score more touchdowns than you do field goals. And I think that's what, is what it comes down to.
Larry Borum started after getting only 3 practices. I realize you're the special teams guy and you're kind of forced in this role, but could you discuss what went into that decision?
Well, he had a great week of practice. He got out there and practiced on Wednesday, and we wanted to see where he was at, and he just kept kind of getting better each and every day. So, we felt comfortable with him playing, and, and I'm sure he's had some good plays out there, and I'm sure there's going to be some plays that he wants back, but we'll just have to look at the tape on that and evaluate that and then go from there.
The outcome notwithstanding, was this fun for you? Was there a moment when you walked out and you take a minute to kind of take it all in? Not many people get to be the head coach of an NFL team.
No, maybe for a second, I told myself that I'll enjoy it and look back at the end of the year when the season is over. Now the focus, you move on to Pittsburgh, and they'll create their own, problems that we got to get handled. But Coach asked me to step in, and that's my job, and that's what I wanted to do.
Did you get a sense of?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Did you talk to Nagy after the game? Did you get a chance?
I haven't talked to Coach yet, and looking forward to visiting with him.
Chris, did you get a sense here from your own viewpoint or talking to Sean about what was giving up some of the big plays they were creating throughout the game?
I did not get with Sean on that, so I don't have an answer for that.
Coach elected to defer to the second half so you can get the ball coming out the second half. You were positioned pretty well to be able to get the last score before the first half and then get it back. You go up that huge play. Kendall lets Deebo Samuels get behind him. How deflating is that?
That was.
They have no timeout.
No, that was disappointing because I always call it 2 for 1, and that's what we were trying to play right there, 2 for 1. I think Kyle banged a timeout right there, and we had to kick the extra point. But obviously, you want to score with not a lot of time left. If 0, ideally, and then you get the ball out and try to score there and get the 2 for 1. And then when they went down, we kicked the field goal, and then they finished off with a field goal. So it kind of went, on par right there.
Were there more line runs for Justin today than in past games?
I don't have that answer for you. I'm sorry. I was special teaming it up all during the week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Team, any explanation for what unraveled in the fourth quarter for you guys?
Going into the half, we felt like we had the game under control. I think that when we came back out, we loosened up on some fundamental things, some techniques, some just overall playmaking, right? We let some of that slip, and they took advantage of it. Credit to them, they capitalized on our faults.
Justin gets that touchdown run, kind of brings life back in the building. Feels like a time where typically your defense would step up. That next drive, they went right down on you. Any thoughts on that sequence?
I think that we have to appreciate the offense, for stepping up and putting up points, right? As a defense, that's all you can ask for. So I think the onus falls on us to stand up, towards the end of that game.
You guys didn't have Khalil, you lose Eddie on the second play of the game. Did it feel like they were gone?
But those things are going to happen. It happened to me against Detroit, right? So, unfortunately, we can't predict who's going to be able to play on Sunday, but we have to understand that as long as we build a proper foundation, as long as we have guys that understand the game of football and how to really just go out there and sell out, I think that we could play with anybody.
A couple of weeks now of this unit struggling a little bit. How do you guys sort of get that swagger back?
The ebbs and flows of the season, man. You're going to have your ups and downs. Sometimes you're going to get hit in the face. You just can't stay down there too long.
Hakeem, they had the two big plays, the one before the half that set up the field goal, and the 83-yard down to the one. How do those big plays kind of take the wind out of the sails of a defense?
Oh, they can hurt. They can hurt. When you have an 80-yard play, there's a lot of frustration, right? But ultimately, I guess it kind of goes back to what I was saying to him. You got to stand up, especially when they give you an opportunity, on the 2-3 yard line, 1-2 yard line, in order to make that stop happen, right? He didn't quite get in, right? They reviewed it or whatever. And, I think that was the point where we had the opportunity to stand up.
Could you give us your assessment of how you felt Justin Fields played today, and is he continuing that progression of that you guys would like to see?
I'm gonna start it off with, I'm not a quarterback analyst, but I will say this: he's elite. Like it's fun to watch, right? I remember a play where he made like a little spin move, and then he took off for another 10 yards. Now, although it wasn't a crazy game, it just says, or it tells the defense that, man, we gotta really work on tackling this guy. Maybe slows them down a little bit, so it gives you other options. I think that he made some elite throws. I saw him come across his body and hit somebody in the left corner. I enjoy watching him play, and I look forward to his growth.
Lakeem, this is a defense that's had a lot of success the last several years. When things aren't going your way during the course of a game, what are the conversations like on the sidelines between you guys as players and coaches and collaborators?
They're aggressive. It's a want to, right? And I think for guys that have played this game for a considerable amount of time, I think that what's going on and you feel it. And I think that we have several veterans on the team, I'll speak defensively, that when they feel that moment, they recognize it and they try to get everybody to, come along, bring everybody in. We're about to fight. We're in a match right now. So I think that although we play some really good defense, we're not perfect, and we're going to have to take our lumps and get back up.
What were they doing a little bit to keep you guys off Garoppolo? I mean, were they doing anything different that you guys weren't expecting? What were they doing there, and what was the challenge to get to him?
I think that they got the ball off quick. I think that they, that there wasn't as much play action as I anticipated. I think that some guys got open. I think ultimately or overall, we were holding them quite well in the first half, leading into the mid-third quarter, and I think that it started to get out of hand around that time. So I feel like it wasn't an all-day fest. I think that we played some good defense, but ultimately we kind of gave it up in the end.
All right, thanks everybody.
I was just going to ask you to that point about you guys kind of sticking to it, not giving up. There was a play toward the end of the game where you made a play 30 yards down the field on a kind of run that kind of sprung out the left side. How do you get the other guys to kind of just keep coming with you, not give up, not only in this game, but even as the season kind of starts to go down this path where you're in a bit of a losing streak? How do you just keep that mentality to go where you say D tackles 30 yards down the field making a play?
I think that that's frustrating as a defense, overall. But I also believe in as far as bringing guys along. I think that I can talk a lot. I can be a big voice in the room, but sometimes you just got to show them that you're willing to sell out for it, and hopefully more guys come along. you know? And I think that we have that type of character on this team. I think that I've seen that from multiple guys throughout the course of this year, guys that are willing to fight to the end. We just can't let up situations when we're on the goal line and Jimmy walks in on the other side, you know? It's just, you got to be tougher. That's it.
Justin, this week you said that you think that the offense is on the road to having a final breakout game. How would you rank today's performance?
I think we did pretty good. I think we did a good job on third down, and I think an area to improve is just scoring touchdowns in the red zone instead of kicking field goals. But I thought our offense did a great job of keeping the drives going and executing on third down. So I would say we did pretty good today.
You talk about the touchdown run that you had. Is that all instincts pretty much once you get loose and out of the pocket?
Yeah, that's just all instincts right there. We tried to get Khalil to the flat real quick, and the end came off free. So just try to make a play on 4th and 1 and just get the first down.
So what misfired there right off the snap? What happened that turned that into a play where you had to make an escape back?
They just came off the edge with the blitz. So in that situation, you technically have to throw hot right there, but there was too many guys in front of my face, and then Khalil was covered. So yeah.
What was the lift you felt in the building, getting in the end zone, obviously in a game that was kind of back and forth at that point? It felt like the energy came alive.
Yeah, for sure. When you score a touchdown on 4th and 1 at any place in the game, the momentum's going to shift our way. So, it was a great job by the O-line on that play, blocking still, and then a great job by the receivers blocking downfield with their DB. So.
Justin, you to the left, and you've got, I think, Peters making the block, and then Mooney.
Yep.
Over the top. The fact that they were still engaged in doing that, is that the fact that they know that you're not down until the whistle's blown?
Yeah, that, and it shows that, they want to win. And I think that's everybody. But, it's just effort at that point. Because that wasn't planned, that wasn't a part of the play, but that just shows you what kind of guys those are, and that they're full effort, and that they're not going to stop until the whistle blows.
Justin, you talked to us for the past few weeks about not being used to losing.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted personally to dealing with the fact that you're all on a losing streak right now?
Just not paying attention to it. Just literally just going back to work, going back to work, going back to work. That's it. So, sometimes you can't control things in life, and you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's what I'm going to do. Just keep going.
How have you dealt with the toll mentally?
Mentally, I think I'm in a good spot right now. Just trying to keep the outside voices out, and just try to, keep the thing that we have like within the team, and just really communicating with each other and getting on the same page, and just trying to keep all the outside noises out and just focus on us.
Justin, on the touchdown run, take us through what you're seeing and feeling as you kind of hit that point where you got some green grass ahead of you.
I just tried to roll out to the right. Of course, people were there, cut back, and then of course I knew I could outrun guys to the left for 1 yard. Of course, it's 4th and 1, but I just saw a lane started opening up, and then I just ran it in the end zone. So I can't really describe it. It's literally just having enough instinct, like you said before, and it was a great play by everybody on that.
Justin, what sort of precision does your offense need to be good in the red zone?
What kind of precision?
Is that what it comes down to? Is it just you've got to throw in the tighter space?
I think, when we run the ball, we got to, get positive yards down there, and we just got to execute better. It's that simple. We caught a few plays down there that, they made us check it down. We weren't expecting that coverage, and they gave us a different coverage, but, when the defense does that, just got to try to find a positive play, get 4 or 5 yards, and get your kicker in better field goal position.
Justin, how did Matt Nagy's absence impact your day?
You can't let that impact your day. You can't focus on that. He's not going to help us win. Staying at home, you got to focus on who's here and focus on the now. So, of course, it was tough not having coach. He texted me this morning. I texted him back, and he texted me after the game. I didn't see what he said yet, but it was pretty much the same thing for me. But you can't focus on that. You just got to focus on the game at hand.
Were there times you're looking for him and you're seeing Chris Tabor and not knowing what to do, or just did you ever have a situation like that?
No, I don't. I don't understand the question, but I wasn't looking
I
for.
mean, you normally talk to Matt during the game and stuff like that, right? I mean.
Not really, no. Yeah, no, not really. A little bit, but not really.
The touchdown that you threw to Jesse James, really looked like a precision pass to a couple of players.
Yeah, just the naked. Jesse ran a good route, made a great catch on that. You know, Jesse's really an old, reliable tight end. He doesn't complain at all, even though he doesn't really get as many reps. But, you know, every time he comes in the game, he's always a weapon. So I think that was a great route and a great catch by that. And just a great call by Bill Lazor.
What's the challenge for you of making that throw when you're obviously coming against the grain and you're not going to be able to set and throw and kind of throw it from an awkward angle?
You said what's the what? I'm sorry?
What's the challenge of making sure that you make a precise throw when you don't have it?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to get your body in good position to make that throw. And, you know, I think I got on the edge clean because their ends were pretty much crashing all day for the run. But, yeah, I mean, you just got to continue to rep it out. And, I mean, the more you rep it out, the more you get comfortable with that, the easier it is to make that throw in the game.
Was there any common theme to the success on third down today that you guys were able to find that it's been tough to find the past couple of weeks?
No, I think we just had great pass pro on third down, and you know, guys were making great catches, contested catches. So I think that was the key into converting our third downs today.
What did Coach Nagy text you before the game?
It was a long message, but just know it's inspirational. That's all you need to know. So.
When you score the touchdown, at that moment when you score a touchdown on the run, does that feel like a signature moment for you in the NFL? Like that was like a really big play, back and forth game. When you break into the end zone at home, the crowd goes crazy. Does that feel like kind of like a signature play for you at that moment?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. I was excited, as y'all can see, but I mean, yeah, it was awesome. Glad to celebrate my teammates, and we're just gonna continue to get better, like I said. Of course, we didn't get the outcome that we wanted today, but we're just going to keep back and keep going.
I think it was 14 or so when you found Goodwin kind of in the middle of the field. What did you see pre-snap? And it looked like you threw it kind of, you got it out as quick as you could.
Yeah, they brought blitz from the field right there, and they were just playing 11 robber. So cover one robber, and Marquise is fast, so he beat him up on the slant route, and he's one of the fastest guys on the team. So once he catches the ball, it's hard to catch him. So of course he made a great catch and a great run after catch on that play.
Could you take us through the process of using Cole Kmet and Jesse James in the game plan?
I'm sorry?
Could you take us through the process of using Cole Kmet and Jesse James?
Yeah, I mean, of course they do different things better than, of course, each other. I think they're two different tight ends, where Cole's more of a speed guy, and Jesse's kind of a taller, more lengthier guy. So, I mean, just the play designs that we have for him, just knowing who would be better in that situation, and just going with their gut, and just seeing what they're comfortable with running routes and stuff like that.
What type of adjustments did you see from them after halftime?
Yeah, I thought they played more too high in the second half. They tried to really keep everything in front of them, and definitely switching up the coverage a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that was the biggest thing. I think they pressured a little bit more in the second half and just showed us a little bit more too high defense.
Did you all utilize read option more today than you have in the past?
Yeah, we did. To be honest, I don't think I pulled one read option, but the ends were playing me pretty honest on the read option. But we did run a little bit more read option on that today.
In the third quarter, you had Cole in the back of the end zone. Anything you would have done different on that throw? I think you might have had third down.
I got sacked on the. Are you talking about the play action pass?
No, it's the one you threw it to him, kind of back shoulder near the.
I mean, that's just a contested ball. I mean, he tried to catch it with one hand. I don't really know what else. I maybe could have put it on his body more to give him a better chance of catching it with one hand, but I mean, that was good defense by Fred on that, and I mean, yeah, it's just so simple. So.
When you put the little spin move on Fred on the third, what did you see there? And I thought you just went off the spin move.
It's just instinct. So I just saw pressure in my face and just instinctively tried to get him away from me. So it was that simple. So yeah.
What do you think about Larry Bourne's performance, stepping up, starting?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, kept coming off an injury and, kind of getting thrown into there, but I think he did solid. And one thing I do know about Larry, he's a hard worker, so he's serious about what he does. He's going to come in the facility early every morning, study tape, study film, and he's going to continue to work and continue to get better. So that's one thing I do know about Larry.
Justin, we're already at the halfway point of the season. We're pretty close. I'm curious how you think your development has gone versus what you expected through the first half of the season?
Like I said in recent press conferences, I'm not expecting anything. I'm just trying to get better each and every day, and just that simple.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.